Is Hans Andersen in blue for Poole, and on the outside Andy Smith in yellow and black, who's just arrived for Poole. What's your forecast, Pete?
Well,
I did last night in Sweden, and that was when he was racing for Austin Team. Not trying to take it away. Holding it down on the inside is Gary Havelock. Going round to the outside in blue is Hans Andersen, but the challenge from Henrik Gustafsson in second place will separate the Poole riders if he stays there, but the pressure on Gustafsson. Gary Havelock is fast here. He knows the track, and the home captain is having it very much his own way.
yeah, good captain's ride here from Gary Havelock. Gustafsson really in second place. He's just about hanging on there from Hans Andersen, and Andy Smith at the back, but round the outside, really Andersen's having to go here at Gustafsson.
Andersen picking it up, but Andersen going wide, but holding it is Henrik Gustafsson. But now they have swapped positions, and will he make it with a lap and a quarter to go? Hans Andersen is mounting a challenge. Gustafsson is under pressure. No pressure out front for the man in red, Gary Havelock, the home captain. Down the back straight with half a lap to go. The home fans are cheering Hans Andersen. He's going wide. He will lock up. Gustafsson will keep it. And Gary Havelock in red will win it. Ahead of Henrik Gustafsson in white. In third place is Hans Andersen in blue. 4 points to 2, the home team read it. But that means progressively, of course, Poole lead by 4 points to 2 with one heat gone and still 14 to go. The heat went.
But a good start for your night.
Yeah, I hope she's watching. This will be the first time she's seen me on television. I was in Sweden.
That's right. How was it out there?
Very, very, very slick. Start's going to be very important tonight. They've got guys in their team who are well capable of riding slick.
We're going to have a take a look at the start here with you. There you go.
Yeah, I felt I'd made a terrible start, actually. Yeah. I didn't make a good start at all, but I think I made a worse one, so that done for me, really, you know.
Yeah, but the track does look, it's almost like you're riding on marbles. The base of the track's really hard.
First couple of laps I was riding it too hard and making mistakes, and then after that settled down. So.
What do you tell the other lads now, because you've had a chance to see it?
Well, it's been pretty slick here the last few weeks. Everybody sort of knows the story. Trying to get bikes set up for it. And it's got to get out the start and give it some.
Sure. So starting's premium tonight.
Oh, it is.
Yes, definitely. But,
all right, we'll let you get back to the pits and sort yourself out.
Okay.
Quick wave for his new daughter, and let's get back to the action with Peter and Tony.
In the British Grand Prix last year, and he started off quite sluggishly, really. He's had a bad shoulder injury, a hand injury. He's had operations in Australia through the winter. But actually, Jason at reserve, this could be a big trump card for Belle Vue.
There's the lineup. Jason Berry, he will walk away. Upside the tank, and away they go. And the man in red there, Brett Werner, backed up by Craig Watson on the outside. Surprisingly, Jason Lyons back in third place, but down the back straight goes the man in blue, Craig Watson, getting to know this track. Support from Brent Werner. The pressure now being put on by Jason Lyons.
Yeah, Jason's just gone past Brent Werner, just on the outside. There's not a lot of grip on the circuit, but Lyons is just plugging away side by side with Werner, but he's just got the drop on him as they enter the bottom bend. But out in front, a good ride from the Aussie, Craig Watson.
Well, Jason Lyons made the final of the British Grand Prix of Coventry last year. A surprise packet coming in late, but he's certainly been not in the best of form so far this season. But now he's mounting pressure on Craig Watson, and with just over a lap to go, I don't know whether the man from Sydney can hold it. The man from Mildura, Feather Aussies, in second place down the back straight, and this will be another 4-2 margin for the Poole Pirates, because Craig Watson in blue will take the second flag. Head of in white, Jason Lyons. Back in third place in red is Brent Werner. A second successive 4-2 margin in favour of Poole Pirates, who now lead by 8 points to 4, and triumph for that man, Craig Watson.
Yeah, it is a little bit slick, but with the weather we've had, you know, we've been expecting rain, I suppose, all day, so I haven't done too much of the track, but never mind, I got away nicely out of the start and good first corner. And
sure, it looked like, because Gate 4 can be tough to get out of here. It's a long way to the first corner. Yeah, but your bike seemed to really hook up good.
Yeah, to be fair, we've been practicing really hard. Been on my mechanics, Shane and Craig, they've been really working hard the last 3 weeks practicing here, and we're getting things together. And Gate 4 is grippier than normal the last couple of weeks as well, so it's been really good.
All right, nice one. And like you've had a slow start to the season, maybe do you feel that dropping down to reserve, it will help you build your confidence?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, obviously it's a little bit easier there, and it'll help me build my confidence. But I had a long winter, you know, recovering from injury, and I normally have quite a few meetings in the winter time, keeps you going, but sure. This year I'm like starting fresh, I suppose, like everybody else, so no excuses.
Okay, well good to see you back on form. I'll let you get back to the pits, and we'll get back to the action with Peter and Tony.
Nice one.
Heat number 3 coming up now. The man in red there is CEGIELSKI, who we've seen already twice this season on Sky Sports, and the fans are looking forward to seeing him as a heat leader here tonight. Lars Goodestad making his comeback for Poole, the Norwegian. Gate 2, Jimmy Nilsson, the Grand Prix rider from Sweden in the white helmet colours for Belle Vue. Gate 3, CEGIELSKI, so fantastic last week, up and down, hitting the fence twice in red. And on the outside, Neil Collins, who's the brother of the man right next to me. Neil's 39, but here's your younger brother, Peter. This is heat number 3. Top driver takes it away, they go. The battle on the inside there, but again, it's Lars Goodestad of Poole to the 4. CEGIELSKI's on the inside. Picking up round the outside is Jimmy Nilsson. A fantastic racing prospect here. Nilsson of Sweden is going wide. Coming through, they're swapping places. Goodestad and Nilsson, Scandinavians abound.
Yeah, Goodestad there in first place, just come back from a broken leg. He broke his fibula 3 weeks ago. Jimmy Nilsson's also under pressure from CEGIELSKI on the outside. It looks as though CEGIELSKI's gone right round Nilsson.
The cheers of the Poole's fans greet CEGIELSKI into second place. Down the back straight, he's even racing with his teammate here, and that leaves Jimmy Nilsson behind. CEGIELSKI throws a plenty with a lap to go. Round the outside goes CEGIELSKI in front of his teammate Goodestad, and they're going to get a maximum heat victory here. What a ride by CEGIELSKI once again. The young Poole gets the cheers, a standing ovation in red. In blue in second place is Lars Goodestad. Third in white is Jimmy Nilsson. A maximum heat victory by 5 points to 1 for the home team Poole, who now lead by 13 points to 5. Congratulations to each other from CEGIELSKI and Lars Goodestad, and vice versa. The Poole fans.
Onto the back straight here. Jimmy Nilsson looks as though he's going to go round the outside, but we can see that Lars Goodestad just holds a real tight line. Jimmy's gone far too wide there on the bottom bend. Now here we go, we can see that Goodestad comes back into the first place, and from here on in he held that. But just look at CEGIELSKI in the red helmet, riding the outside line. There's very little grip out there whatsoever, but CEGIELSKI's using what tiny bit there is there just to creep round the outside of Jimmy Nilsson.
Well, the score may not be close. The racing in that one was, and CEGIELSKI is in the studio with Jonathan Kelvin.
Yeah, he might have been hitting a few fences last week when we saw him, but you're looking great again tonight. Well done.
Yeah. Everything going good. But I couldn't win a start when it's Sky Television here.
Yeah, we've had a bit of a problem with the starts for you. Well, we're hoping for you, I tell you. But you don't need to win the starts. You give us great racing. It's probably better you don't get the starts.
Yes. We quite like it. We like the action. But we saw you doing some laps earlier on in the day. Do you think that's helped with your bike setup for this evening?
Oh yeah. Usually I make a lot of laps practice before a start. When I haven't got a race someday, I try go for a track and try something new, and I think that's worked and going better.
Christoph, you went past one of the greats, Jimmy Nilsson. Tell us how you did it. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I like this line on the track. I saw then Jimmy going inside, and I try go outside. Surface gone a little bit for outside track, and I try go there, and that was good.
Yeah, but you must have had a good setup for that, Christoph, because the track is not so grippy, and there many riders have tried it, but it didn't work for them.
Yes, that's a really slick track, and if you have a really good bike, you can win with everyone. If you ride really smooth and good on this track. That's awesome.
I think you better go and tell the rest of the boys the setup that you've got. We'll let you get back to the pits.
Place first time out. Martin Dugard's first ride of the night at Reserve, the British Grand Prix champion last year, guesting for Poole in red. On the outside, Kai Laukkanen, the flying pin for Belle Vue in the white helmet colours. That's the lineup. Watson, already a heat winner in that Reserves heat. Our starting marshal, Mike Berry, is trying to get them into line. Looking down, our referee, Mick Space, up by the tape, and to the front. Very quickly goes Wayne Carter in yellow. A little bit of a shock with that one. In red in second place is Martin Dugard. Moving into third place, Kai Laukkanen. At the back in blue is Craig Watson. A little bit of a surprise, this one, and certainly going pretty well here. It's in fact Jason Lyons in that one, riding in white, and a little mistake from me.
Yeah, Martin Dugard's having a real go on the outside here. He's going to try that run where CEGIELSKI went. Now he's switching back to the inside, but he's really not making much headway at all.
What happened is they brought in Jason Lyons in the yellow helmet colour with a swap with Wayne Carter to win this, and Jason Lyons is going to provide the first heat winner with a lap to go, but he's been put under pressure by Martin Dugard. A brilliant ride by Dugard, who gets the cheers of the fans here, but Jason Lyons comes back again into second place. A ding-dong battle between Martin Dugard and Jason Lyons. Tight on the line, but Dugard wins it in red ahead of Jason Lyons in yellow. Third in white is Kai Laukkonen, and that means it's 3 points apiece for the heat, 16 points to 8, the lead for the Poole Pirates as they swap the reserves there, and there it is, Martin Dugard takes that ahead of Jason Lyons, who came into the heat at the last minute in place of Wayne Carter. A great win by Martin Dugard there in the red helmet colours, riding us against the Poole Pirates, who provided so far all 4 heat winners. Martin Dugard in red, listening for the applause.
Can really ride these tracks when there's not a lot of grip out there, and he's just stalking behind Lyons as they come into the pits turn again. He's really got him right in his sights here. He's going to cut just down the outside, but as we go into the third lap here, Martin Dugard has just done an outside run. He's just about to go round the outside there of Jason. Jason's just hanging on, but now Dugard just dives on the inside, then switches back to the outside. And he's really trying everything. He's using all his track craft, everything he knows. It looks as though he's lost it here, but Lyons is pulling away, and certainly by the end of the race, Lyons was just in the bad place, which allowed Dugard just to slip by him.
Well, another tremendous heat. We've seen 4 terrific heats tonight. There may be a big gap in the scoreline.
Nice to come along and replace someone, but to replace someone like...
It's not just someone, yeah.
Yeah, with someone like Tony, it's hard work anyway, so I've come to enjoy myself and get a bit organised.
Where'd you find the grip?
There isn't much out there, and I think I've just got the spike set up just right at the moment, so I'm just plodding along, and hopefully as it gets slicker I can sort of adjust to them conditions.
Well, it certainly didn't look like you were plodding along to me, Martin. That looks like probably the best heat you've done this season.
Yeah, I've not had problems, I just haven't felt confident within myself, and to come here somewhere that's such a slick track as it is at the moment, it's good to get your confidence back, but that's only one ride, I've got another 4 or 5 to do.
Yeah, okay, well done.
Great for us to watch. Plenty more to come. We'll let you get back and sort yourself out and get yourself...
It's Andy Smith in yellow and black, yet to come out onto the track. Andy Smith is down the back straight getting ready. CEGIELSKI, so fantastic last time out, goes from gate 2 in red. Gate 3 for Belle Vue, Henrik Gustafsson, then number 1 with a second place in his first outing. On the outside is Lars Gunnestad for Poole, and a couple of Grand Prix riders and Star Marshal as we look behind them. Remember, 4 laps. Up driver takes it away, they go, and on the inside a real flyer for Andy Smith, but round the outside goes Lars Gunnestad. Gunnestad locks up, and look at the battle in second place. Henrik Gustafsson's in second place ahead of Krzysztof CEGIELSKI. CEGIELSKI will work again, this time from the inside, coming through into second place. But what a ride out front by Andy Smith at the moment, and look at CEGIELSKI. He's taking Gustafsson wide to move into second place.
Yeah, Andy Smith must have changed gear on the bike. He must have put a smaller sprocket on the back, giving himself more speed, more grip, but CEGIELSKI now has just slipped past Henrik Gustafsson for that second place.
Well, if Andy Smith can ride like this in Berlin on Saturday, it could prove a surprise packet in that Grand Prix in Berlin. But Andy Smith is on his way to being the first heat winner of the night for the visitors from Belle Vue as they go to that final lap. And they should get a heat advantage here, because right at the back is Lars Gunnestad, and Henrik Gustafsson is in, at the moment, third place. But the heat victory of the checkered flag is going to Andy Smith in yellow, Krzysztof CEGIELSKI in red in second place. Third in white is Henrik Gustafsson for the Belle Vue Aces, who gain their first heat advantage and first heat winner by 4 points to 2. And it's now Poole 18, Belle Vue 12, with 5 heats gone and 10 to go.
When they come onto the start and finish straight, it's again CEGIELSKI that's got all that speed and does a real dive underneath Gustafsson, takes Gustafsson quite wide there, almost towards the pits gate, but Andy Smith was absolutely flying.
Well, we can go
If I can make a start like that, I'll be laughing. The first race was terrible, but I swapped bikes.
That's right. I actually noticed that when you were going round, you had a new engine in the other bike, and you were telling me you had a lot of points on it, but it's a bit powerful for here.
Yeah, I scored 13 on here at Belle Vue. It's been going really good. And I got 14 in Germany on it, but it's too spinny for it.
You'll have to start arriving late to all the meets if you're going to ride this well.
No, I don't like arriving late.
It's a big night though for Belle Vue, isn't it? And that was a very important victory.
Yeah, we need the points because we've gone down a bit, haven't we, at the beginning?
Sure, you have. It's you know, you went nearly 10 points down, but it's only 6 now. So
yeah.
You know, keep the heat advantages going. You know, you can make a real battle of it.
Yeah, and then I'm sure Jason's getting back to his normal form and we'll be right.
All right, well, another 4-2 would be pretty handy. Let's get back to it.
As I say, Hans Andersen in blue. Gate 2 belongs to the Finn Kai Laukkonen in white for Belle Vue. Gary Havelock, heat winner first time out. Poole captain, the 92 world champion, goes from gate 3. And on the outside, in yellow and black for Mildura, Jason Lyons, who stepped in with a replacement ride and is now having, in heat number 6, his third. Looks along the line, he's ready. Referee Mick Bates puts the green lights on and away they fly. And again, struggling to keep it down on the inside is Hans Andersen. But Gary Havelock, wheel perfect to the front. Pursued round the outside by Jason Lyons. In second place, battling with Hans Andersen. Lyons is going wide. Andersen takes the inside line. The man in white is Kai Laukkonen. The 2 riders for Belle Vue have work to do, and it's time for team riding for Poole out front.
Yeah, Gary Havelock again, he's having a great ride. Looks as though he's in for a good night tonight. He's very aware of where his teammate Hans Andersen is, right round the inside there. Gary's riding a little bit of a wide line, just leaving plenty of room for his teammate and not covering him with dirt that's flying up from his back wheel.
Well, this looks as if it will extend the lead to 10 points for Poole Pirates, the home team. And then it's time for substitutions, perhaps tactical or otherwise, for Belle Vue, because a maximum heat victory here, which for the second time tonight, remember, heat 3 finished a 5-1 to Poole Pirates, and this one is likely to be exactly the same, with their captain Gary Havelock taking the checkered flag ahead of his teammate and partner Hans Andersen in blue. Third place belongs to Jason Lyons in yellow. A 5-1 to Poole Pirates, who look as if they are on their way to victory, leading by 23 points to 13 with 6 heats gone and 9 to go. Martin Dugard, the guest for Poole, goes in red gate 2. Gate 3 is Neil Collins, the Belle Vue captain, in yellow. On the outside, the Poole guest from Eastbourne, that is Brent Werner in blue. And an Eastbourne pairing guesting for Poole here.
Rubber on the turns.
Heat number 7 then, upside the tapes, away we go on the inside. Jimmy Nielsen in white, the man in red is Martin Dugard. Dugard bumps into his teammate Brent Werner, allows Werner through, but it also allows through Neil Collins. But here goes Dugard again. Will he pick him off from back to front? The British Grand Prix winner last season, the Eastbourne captain, guesting here tonight. But Jimmy Nielsen is extending his lead, and one wonders if he took gearing advice from Andy Smith.
Yeah, I think so. All the riders will be changing gear on the bikes, putting a higher ratio on the back wheel to get more grip. But the way Jimmy's going, Jimmy's always very, very good from the front. And it looks as though the 2 Poole boys have settled for second and third.
Well, Dugard and Werner racing each other there behind Nielsen. I think Dugard would have liked to have a go at catching Jimmy Nielsen, but Werner perhaps a little bit in his way. But now it's going to be level points here, but it's going to be a second heat winner of the night for the visitors from Belle Vue, and Jimmy Nielsen will succeed Andy Smith in that role, and maybe, just maybe, things will get better for Belle Vue as Nielsen wins that ahead of Werner and Dugard. I think in that order. It was tight on the line in second place, I must say, but Jimmy Nielsen won it in white ahead of in blue Brent Werner, and third in red was Martin Dugard. Whichever way round they are declared, it was 3 points apiece the finish to make it 26-16 in favour of the home team Poole Pirates, and the heat winner Andy Smith for Belle Vue goes in white, and on the outside for Poole it's Hans Andersen. That is the lineup. It's going so well. Makes again fly up on the inside in yellow. There is Jimmy Nielsen going round to the outside though in red, and picking it up it's Hans Andersen. The youngster, the young Dane, is getting the cheers of the home fans here because he knows what he's doing. He's got exactly the right gearing, and he's looking very, very fast indeed. But in second place, Jimmy Nielsen, the tactical substitute for Belle Vue. Now making progress in blue is Craig Watson for Poole in third place. And the back in white's Andy Smith, a battle royal.
Yeah, Craig Watson's plugging away around the inside there, trying to go past Jimmy Nielsen, but Jimmy's holding a very, very tight line, but way out in front there. Hans Andersen is going really quick, and he's still riding the outside line, which is unusual because there's not so much grip out there now.
Some action at the back as well there, because that's going to be important, because this man out front now in red, Hans Andersen, is going to win it as he pleased, but in the last lap, Could Andy Smith make ground in the distant background there? But I don't think he's going to make it. And this is what the Poole fans want. The wheelie across the line allows the man in red there, Hans Andersen, to win it. Ahead of in yellow, Jimmy Nielsen for the visitors. Third place going to Craig Watson in blue. Disappointment for Andy Smith. A 4-2 margin for the home team, who now lead 30 points to 18.
When you made the gate, just going on 4 laps without really no pressure, so I made a good gate and just took it from there to the end.
Yeah, gate 4 is not the easiest start to get out of here, but like you say, you made a good start, and you rode a little bit wider than the other guys.
Yeah, I was just riding a bit wide on the edge of the dirt and just got a bit quicker around. I think this gate 4 is really not that bad around here because you have the dirt in the first corner, you can just go around people, so excellent.
Nobody's told you that this is the worst gate?
Nah, because I made the start the last couple of weeks there from gate 4, I just keep believing in it.
All right, so you're rewriting the book?
Yeah.
How are you enjoying your season? Is it going well?
Yeah, so far it's going well. Every track is new for me, but it seems to get to know Poole good now, so probably get all the tracks like this.
Do you think, sorry Jonathan, do you think that riding in Denmark, because sometimes the tracks are slick there, that it helps you with your bike setup here?
Tracks in Denmark are very similar to this, size and everything, so it's not really that different.
Okay.
We're looking good at the moment, Hans. We'll let you get back to the fence as we join the action.
But Kai Laukkonen goes for Belle Vue on the inside in white. Gate 2 is Lars Gunnestad, the Norwegian, for Poole. Gate 3 for Belle Vue, Jason Lance and Mildura. On the outside, the near sensational Krzysztof CEGIELSKI. And, well, he's a little bit near the fence after what happened. And, well, if they keep him wide, and Jason Lance has lots of experience inside him, gating will be important. On the inside, trying to keep it down is Kai Laukkonen. But he's done just what you predicted, Peter. CEGIELSKI has gone from outside to the apex of the bend, and now stretches his lead down the back straight, and Jason Lance will chase him all the way in yellow. But coming through in blue in third place is Lars Gunnestad. Disappointment at the back for Kai Laukkonen in white, although Laukkonen is now making ground on Gunnestad. But CEGIELSKI is stretching his lead with every bend, with every bump.
Yeah, he's got so much balance on that bike, Tony. If you see him go into the corner there, he's very tall, that left leg isn't touching the ground at all. He's just got his toe touching, but again, he's just pulling away from Jason Lyons, and when he's got this much of a lead, there's nobody going to pass him.
Well, it doesn't seem to matter what number he's riding at. Krzysztof CEGIELSKI continues to pile up the points. The runner-up in last year's World Under-21 Championship down the back straight on his way to his second heat win of the night, and to make it 8 points out of 9 so far. In red, taking ahead of in second place in yellow, Jason Lyons for the visitors from Belle Vue. Third in blue is Lars Gunnestad for Poole, who take the heat by a margin of 4 points to 2, and now lead by 34 points to 20 with 9 heats gone and still 6 to go. But
just not quite clicking into gear. You get a heat advantage and then Poole get one back. What's the key to that, to try and get that ball rolling?
Well, the main thing is, like, it's a very slick track out there, and as you know, the main thing is getting out of the gate, and we're just not quite getting there. And you know, only one of us are getting there. I'm not getting it myself, but one of us is getting there, and not 2 of us at the same time, which makes it awkward for the guy who has got there, because he's got pressure on the 2 riders, or, you know, for the one niggling away behind him.
Yeah, it is a tough situation for you, but you know, we do like the golden double on Sky Sports, and we've seen it in the past. Do you think tonight's the night to try something like that?
Well, to be honest, I don't really think so. I don't think it'd work, because I mean, I've done it myself with Swindon last year now, but there's no dirt out there to even have a go. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really make any difference who's in front of you, because the track is so slick. Basically, you can't really pass. You know, when you are behind, you basically can't pass. It's good to see somebody doing, but as you know, it's a bit of a trapper's paradise tonight, and it's hard work.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to us, Neil. I appreciate that very much.
The inside in yellow for Belle Vue. In blue, it's Hans Andersen for Poole. Gate 3, Jimmy Nielsen, who's already had 1 heat victory for Belle Vue tonight. On the outside, Gary Havelock. 2 wins from 2 rides so far. Peter Hatch, it's going from the outside. I started by all the way up, trying to take this time, and away they go. Havelock does it all the way from the outside, as did CEGIELSKI not too long ago, but in second place, packing in there, it's Hans Andersen, which will make another 5-1 for Belle Vue if it stays like this. And Jimmy Nielsen in white and Wayne Carter in yellow are trailing the rampant Poole pair out front.
Yeah, certainly Gary Havelock's night tonight. He's going exceptionally well tonight. There he is, looking very, very controlled, very quick. He's got the good racing line, he's making good starts. Jimmy Nielsen there in third place. Really, he's not putting Hans Andersen up under much threat at all.
Gary Havelock knows this track now. He's been down here a couple of seasons before this, having left Eastbourne. Previously a league winner with Bradford, looking to be a league winner this year with Poole Pirates, and the way they're going, it has every chance of that happening. Havelock down the back straight, half a lap to go in front of his teammate Hans Andersen. Third, Jimmy Nielsen. This is going to be a 5-1 as they beckon the checkered flag. The cheers greet Gary Havelock. And certainly a worthy man in terms of that in front of his teammate and partner Hans Andersen. Back in third place is Jimmy Nielsen in white. And it now means it's Poole 39, Belle Vue 21 with 10 heat winner tonight. Andy Smith for Belle Vue, also a heat winner in yellow gate 2. Brent Werner, the Poole guest from Eastbourne in blue gate 3, and on the outside it's Henrik Gustafsson in white there. Belle Vue number 1, who could well find himself down in reserve when he's ridden a couple more meetings. He's not subject to the green sheet averages because he hasn't ridden enough meetings due to that suspension, which explains why he is still nominally a heat leader. Gustafsson in white there, who we'll see in Saturday's Grand Prix in Berlin. Now, the visitors from Belle Vue, white and yellow and black. Away goes our starting marshal. I have to say Brent Werner was left at the tapes there. Around the outside in white goes his teammate Henrik Gustafsson, trying to get by Martin Dugard. Dugard holding it, letting his machine take him away, but Dugard goes wide, and now Gustafsson comes through. 1, 2, 3, Dugard, Gustafsson, Smith. There's a real battle going on here.
Yeah, I thought Andy Smith was going to go by there, take the lead, but Andy now's up to second place ahead of Gustafsson, but out in front, Martin Dugard saw the opportunity there to just sail through and just about get that lead, and now he's pulling away from the Belle Vue boys.
Well, Martin Dugard may be a guest, but he's trying for the Poole Pirates. It's going to be a level points heat here because Brent Werner is way at the back, and packing into second and third place are Andy Smith and Henrik Gustafsson. Into the last lap we go with Martin Dugard set for his second heat victory of the night. Time to look back for the Eastbourne guest. And time to look back to see Andy Smith, the Grand Prix rider, with Henrik Gustafsson. But look at that coming through. Gustafsson, well, it's tight on the line at the back. Anybody's race there between Werner and Gustafsson. We know that in red, the heat winner was undoubtedly Martin Dugard. In yellow and black, in second place was Andy Smith. And here on the line, we can see exactly what it was there. The man in white, I think, just getting it, Henrik Gustafsson, ahead of the rider in blue, Brent Werner, to make it a share of the points at 3 points.
Yeah, we're trying, but I just missed the line a little bit, and if you miss it, it's just dry dirt there, and it's
like riding on marbles.
Yeah.
We can show you the start again. In fact, you tell us what happened.
Well, I made a pretty good start, but then Martin was in front of me, and then Andy came up on the inside, so I thought he wouldn't let me down and settle for a 3-3 there. Sure. So I just tried to follow him, and we went a little bit too slow and went off the line.
You could have almost been sort of tucking in behind Martin, because the fast line was inside rather than outside.
Yeah, that's right. So, but then Andy was there, so I had to go behind him instead, and then, well, I got to 1 point in the end.
I saw you warming the tyre up before the start.
Yeah.
And what was your thinking there?
On the inside, it's so hard, it's like concrete, and if you get a warm tyre, it's better grip then. But maybe I got too much because I missed the line.
Well, listen, Henke, we can talk all night. We'll talk in a minute, but we're going to get back to the
inside in red. Jason Lance for Belle Vue goes in yellow, gate 2. Craig Watson in blue goes from gate 3 on the outside. Jimmy Nielsen in white. Get the tractors off the track, which explains the delay. Our starting marshal gets them up the line. Away they go again as the same fly up. CEGIELSKI keeps it down on the inside, but stealing a march is Jason Lance in yellow. Coming round the outside, Craig Watson. Lance has to go again. Jimmy Nielsen in third place. Could be a heat advantage, even a maximum advantage here for Belle Vue, because CEGIELSKI is tailed off at the back.
Yeah, much better now for Belle Vue. Jason Lyons there holding a good line, and Craig Watson's having to go, but CEGIELSKI seems to be really stuck at the back, fallen down by that starting again, Tony.
Well, I don't know about that. Craig Watson certainly making progress, and the Belle Vue riders are going to have to work here, but not the man out front, because Jason Lyons, we said down and reserve, he could do some damage for Belle Vue. He's certainly doing so with a lap and a half to go, but now CEGIELSKI's having a go, blasting round the outside, trying to pick up the speed. Can he do it on the final lap? It'll certainly be spectacular if he does it. Here he goes, by 1. Can he go by 2? Going down the back straight. CEGIELSKI's coming again. Jason Lyons is going to face a challenge. CEGIELSKI has gone too wide, but he almost made it. And Jimmy Nielsen in yellow, ahead of CEGIELSKI in red. Craig Watson in blue. That man CEGIELSKI is spectacular in the extreme, but even he couldn't catch the race winner. Jason Lyons will be delighted with that. We've had some tremendous racing, but that effort from CEGIELSKI. Thomas Golob, born again.
And on the last turn, last lap there, so wide on the outside, he's riding twice the distance and twice the speed of anybody else. Very reminiscent there of Michael Lee, I would say. Just looks like Michael Lee at his best. Back in last place, or you thought he was last, but this last-minute blast around the outside brings him right up into second place, and I think if there was another lap to go, I think Jason Lyons would have had to watch out, Tony.
Well, Jason Lyons, one of 3 heat winners for the Belle Vue Aces, is in our studio.
He's in our...
Yeah, he's right here, and I tell you, just watching that with us, with a sort of look on your face that said, boy, I didn't realise how close he was getting, but CEGIELSKI had a superb heat behind you.
Yeah, I could, you know, hear him, especially coming out of the corners, and yeah, I just couldn't go any faster, you know, to get away from him. You can hear him, but you just can't get away, so I'm happy to win it.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, Jonathan.
Pleased with your night's performance.
I'm not pleased with this, no. I'm just riding rubbish, and just can't get my bikes to hook up on the surface, you know, and that time I rode slower than not try as hard, you know. I tried harder to keep the thing on the pole line, and I was actually sometimes just getting a nice little...
I've got to interrupt you because you're actually in the next heat, but so they obviously want you to... You're obviously doing something right, but yeah, but it is difficult conditions, and we'll obviously have to let you go. But it's I'm sure if you keep trapping like that, at least you're in front. They've got to pass you.
No, I'll keep doing my best.
Okay, good luck to you, Jason.
We'll let you get back there. Obviously, he's got to get ready.
Gary Hablot, the Poole captain, 3 rides, 3 wins tonight. Andy Smith for Belle Vue goes in yellow. 1 heat victory and a second place among Andy Smith's 4 rides. So Poole on the outside. Their guest Martin Dugard has dropped just a single point to an opponent all night. 8 points out of 9 on the track, including 2 heat victories. Poole lead. Well, there we go. Heat 13, less than 2 more. The tape scarf and away they go on the inside. Jason Lyons keeps it down, but coming across is Martin Dugard in blue. Gary Hablot's back in 3rd place. Martin Dugard racing as if his life depends upon it. And we're seeing this 31-year-old now as good as he's ever been here tonight, because he's stretching the lead again with every turn of his wheel. In 2nd place is Jason Lyons. Lyons and Dugard met, but Hablot comes through in 2nd place. Lyons will come again. Lyons, of course, raced with Dugard in the British Grand Prix final last year. But with 2 laps to go, what a ride by Martin Dugard.
Yeah, I must say Martin Dugard's out in front, but all the hard work has been done by Gary Hablot. Gary was really in the thick of things there. He's not out of the woods yet either, because Jason Lyons is right on the inside of him, but Gary is riding out of his shit.
Well, Hablot in 2nd place, Poole going for a 5-1. But they really couldn't have expected a better performance by guests than they're getting from the man out front, Martin Dugard. There, stretching his lead, has time to look back where he sees Gary Hablot in 2nd place. In 3rd place in white is Jason Lyons. Another 5-1 for the 4th time tonight, a maximum heat victory for the Poole Pirates, who lead by 50 points to 28. A 22-point margin. Martin Dugard winning it.
Side of Jason Lyons in the white helmet. Jason's just gone a little bit wide there, which allows Gary to cut back on the inside. Gary just leans back on the seat, grabs that bit of grip that's coming out of that pitch turn there, rides very tight down the bottom end. Again, Jason Lyons comes back at him. Jason lifts just a little bit too much there, and Gary had just done enough from here on in to grab that 2nd place and a 5-1 for Poole.
Well, a bit of Z-spawn, but it's nice to come here and be appreciated by the Poole fans.
And Gary, at the beginning of the evening, obviously, you know, with Tony missing your best man out, this man stepped in pretty good, but you guys have almost slaughtered this side, and no one expected that tonight.
No, man's done a brilliant job coming out with short notice, and you know, that's what it's like in Speedway. You get people jump at the chance to come and guest and earn a few quid, but really appreciate it, because, you know, these were not been going very well, but you can never underestimate people, so we want to hit them hard and hit them early and make sure we've got the points.
Both of you guys are looking forward to the Grand Prix. Any chance of seeing you as a wild card this year?
I don't know, it all depends. It's not me who picks it, but Wales is a long way from my house.
Well, enough said, but then again, we could find him a train trip down there, I suppose. Well, we're getting back to the action. Thanks, guys.
The inside in blue, one of the guests from Eastbourne. Gate 2, Neil Collins, the Belle Vue captain, in white. Lars Gunnestad goes from gate 3 in red, and we're still waiting for Wayne Carter to come out in yellow and black on the outside. Just looking towards a couple of photo finishes. This, the penultimate heat of the night. Away they fly. The man in red here is Lars Gunnestad, who makes it to the bend first with his teammate in blue, Brent Werner. It's Poole 1 and 2. Third man in yellow is Wayne Carter, making progress. At the back, though, and stranded, it looks to me to be Neil Collins. He is struggling, but he's really going the way of the Poole Pirates.
Yeah, not a lot of grip out there, but Poole are handling it very, very well. They really know the way around this circuit. And team riding here, excellent team riding here, with Gunnestad riding a little bit wider than his teammate Brent Werner, who's having a great night as well, tucking in round that inside on that black rubber.
2 laps to go, the Poole pair in front and going well, looking confident once again. It's in blue on the inside, Brent Werner the guest. With him is Lars Gunnestad, the Norwegian, making his comeback from a leg problem, a broken leg in Poland. But Werner looks back to see where his teammate is as they move into the final lap, set for yet another 5-1, the second successive 5-1 this will be to the Poole Pirates, barring accidents on the final bend. A great victory here, and third place in yellow and black there. That goes to Wayne Carter, but the 5-1 margin now means it's Poole 55, Belle Vue 29, and 1 heat to go. Well, going very much the way of the Poole Pirates. Their fans are the Poole captain, Peter, talking about Neil Middleditch, England manager. Could he do a League and World Cup double? This is heat 15. Away they go on the inside. Jason Lyons. Lyons gets to the bend, coming round the outside. Gary Havelock. Havelock stretches it down the back straight. CEGIELSKI's back in third place. At the rear, it's Jimmy Nielsen, the Grand Prix rider. But here goes CEGIELSKI around the outside. Will he do it again like he did it before? Can he come from last to first? Round he goes. He's chasing again. He's taking on Jason Lyons. Looks as if he go by Jason Lyons on the inside. And he's now getting in pursuit of his own teammate. Thrills are plenty. The fans love this. But now Lyons will come back. Havelock is miles in front. But now into second place goes CEGIELSKI. And if it stays like this, there'll be another 5-1. CEGIELSKI again.
Yeah, CEGIELSKI's done all the work. He's riding miles further than anywhere else. Jason Lyons' engine just on. He's looking down at that engine, but it's too late for him, and CEGIELSKI's going to follow his teammate there, Gary Havelock. And what a fantastic night also for Gary.
As the checkered flag approaches, it's going to be another 5-1 for the home side. They are loving this, the fans here. Jimmy Nielsen gets a consolation third place after Jason Lyons had packed up. But a grandstand finish for the Poole Pirates, because the last 3 heats they won by 5 points to 1 to win this by 60 points to 30. A massive margin. They equal a result back in 1994 when they won by a 30-point margin. But here tonight, that man...
I think he's riding on Wimborne Road rather than the Speedway circuit. But there again, he's riding a totally different line. Right back in last place. He overtakes one rider there as he enters the bottom bend. Again, he cuts back to the inside. Now at this point, his back wheel's on the grip on the inside. The shortest way to the bottom bend. Slips inside Jason Lyons there. Now Jason does an almost identical manoeuvre, but just hasn't got the speed. From here on in, CEGIELSKI was joining his partner, Gary Havelock, on the win, and what a fun...
At the moment, you know, I've been said all along, we've been working hard in the winter, and bikes are going good again this year. Thanks to Peter John's doing a real good job. And yeah, that's it, life's good, but you can't take for granted the speed, because it knows how to kick you in the teeth, so we're still working hard and keep going. It's nice to be back in the England team, where I belong.
That's right, it's a while since you've been in the England team, something you probably have felt a little bit aggrieved about, but I'm sure that come the test matches you'll have a point to prove.
Yeah, I don't really have a point to prove to anyone. Every time I go out on the track, you know, I try and win races. I'm a speed rider, you know, it's like Kelvin, and you know, as I said, it's just great to be back in there, and you know, one of my main aims this year was to get in the World Cup and do well for Poole and try and get back in the GPs, and you know, it's gone good so far, and just got to keep it up.
So things are on track.
It's good to have you back in the England team for sure, but let's take a look at the way Poole are standing at the moment, because it's gone very well as well. You're now still second, 14 points now, and well, at the beginning of the season, everybody's written you off on paper, but hey, you're there and you're very strong. What about the whole championship, the whole league overall?
Yeah, we're looking strong, we're looking good, but as I said right at the start, you know, it's a big thing. You've got to try and stay injury free, and we haven't done that so far, and we're still in second place. So, you know, if we can get Tony back and have a good run without any injuries, I'm sure we'll be up there or thereabouts and, at the end of the season.
It is still early days, and injuries are always a factor. Obviously, Tony missed it tonight, but you've come off well without him. But who do you see, if there aren't too many injuries, as being your main contenders? Do you think it will be Coventry?
I don't really worry about contenders and anybody else and what people write. You know, I think we've got a team capable here, when we're all riding well, of going to any track in this country and winning. And it's as simple as that, basically. And if we concentrate on our own performance, we'll win matches and we can win the league. Simple as that.
Little word about the Grand Prix itself. Obviously, you, as the '92 world champion, looking forward to watching Mark Laround defend his title. But what are your thoughts about his chances this year?
I think his chances are as good as ever. You know, he's riding real good. He came back here last week and had a really good meeting, and I'm sure he's concentrating on it and doing his best. But he'll probably find out it's a lot harder to keep hold of it than it is to win it the first time. But I'm sure he'll be really going for it, and I wish him all the best.
All right. Well,